Hi guys, good morning. This is Shershi Erola, your digital marketer as well as your VA coach, and welcome back to my channel. So this week we will still be discussing different types of Google ads because we've already discussed the search ads, we've discussed the video ads. At the same time, I'll be discussing to you display and shopping in the next few weeks. But right now, we will be discussing a different one called Google Local Search Ads or LSA. So if you ever been outside and you've suddenly wanted to look, let's say, look for a dental office, salons, or any other businesses, and you go to Google, type in coffee shop near me, dental office near me, and it actually showed you businesses that includes like Google Maps so that you can go to that business. Guys, that is not by accident. That's actually called Google Search Ads, and that's what we will be discussing today. So we will be breaking down what kind of local service ads would work for you, why do they matter, the pros and the cons, as well as how they compare to regular Google ads. So first, what is local search ads best for? So local search ads is actually very good for local businesses that relies on foot traffic. Let's say like restaurants, auto shops, gyms, dental offices, just like what I said, or salon. So normally Google search ads worked in by you searching a keyword and searching for it. Let's say for example kitchen renovation, that kind of stuff, and they give you the businesses that Google can get you, and you go to the website, book a call, book a renovation and that kind of stuff, etc. However, for businesses like gyms, restaurants, those stuff, these are normally being done or being used by local businesses that really requires foot traffic, meaning they required people to go into the business so that they could purchase or avail of the services and products that they do have. So this is where the Google local search ads actually best for. So if you're a local business, or if you're, let's say, a service-based business that targets specific geographic location, let's say plumbers, landscaper, repair services, and you wanted your business to be visible on near me searches, then this is basically for you. So I remembered when my watch actually lost the battery that I needed to replace it. I actually had to go to Google and search for repair shop. So it actually gave me a list of repair shop that's available in my area here in Mandaluyong. Then I was able to just go to that location and get my watch battery replaced. So that is basically what the local search ads is best for. So now we will be discussing that, and I will be basically showing you what is Google search ads. So a Google search ad is basically like this. So if you, let's say, search for roofing Florida, which I actually search, then this is what you would see. This people or this stuff that you see here with phone number that would give you, let's say, the map of where they are. This is what you call Google search ads. So what's going on is that if you do have Google search ads, you would actually appear at the top of Google Maps and local search result. So when I say local search result, basically these are the what you call SEO people that you would see offering the services. However, if you have the local search ad, should appear here on top, which is a very good thing. At the same time, this is perfect for near me. So if I'm located in Florida and I search for it, it would actually show me the businesses that's located near me. Right now, it's showing result Florida, USA, because if you would notice, I am in Mandaluyong. So I only had to put the word Florida so that that stuff would show up. However, if you are in your location, so let's say dentist near me. So since I didn't put Florida, so these are the offices that's near Mandaluyong area where I am located. So it says in here that this Smile on Dental office is at Barangka Drive. So this is just few streets away from me because I'm here located in Bonnie. So this is just Barangka Drive. So this is what the Google local search ad would actually bring you. So this will drive traffic because if I would go to a dental office, let's say tomorrow or later today, then I would check first these options that Google has given me. So this will boost visibility even though if your website's SEO is not strong because SEO would be here. They will come after the local search ad that's here. At the same time, using Google search ads is very easy because it's very easy to measure offline conversion. Why? Because the conversion happens via visits or via phone call. So you would know. And this is the reason why it's very good to use local search ads. Of course, there are also consequences or cons in that. So this local search ad would actually give you a very limited audience. So this would show you a very limited audience. At the same time, it would have less control over targeting compared to regular Google Ads because in here you would only be shown if it's near you. But using the regular search ads, you actually have options there to put the specific location that you wanted the ads to show up. At the same time, it can really get competitive and more expensive in busy metro areas. So I'll be discussing that later on, of course. However, I just really wanted to give you first what are the comparison of local search ads versus regular Google ads. Okay, so local search ads you would directly appear on Google Maps. Okay, plus near me searches. So it is best for in-person visits and calls, and really great for brick and mortar businesses like the service-based business. However, the difference of the regular Google ads that we do, the very first ads that I have shown you before, is that if you use the regular Google ads, you would appear on the search results pages, not the maps. Okay, and you would have broader reach because you can select local, national, or global audience on your regular search campaigns. At the same time, the regular search campaign is mainly used for, let's say, driving website traffic, online sales, and lead generation. So, if anything, this actually says that if you will be using the local search ads, this is not applicable if you are servicing, let's say, the whole nationwide Philippines. Because if you are servicing, let's say, Mandaluyong area, that would be good. But if you're servicing Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, then it's not gonna work if you use the local service ads because you have to create a local service ad account for every branch for them to get advertised for each branch. Unlike the regular search ads wherein you can just put the location, the area that you wanted to cover, and that's it. So that's basically what the difference is. Now, let me show you how to create a Google search ads because this is still great, guys. If you are a Google Ads manager and you are someone that really service based business clients, then this is one of the best options that you can look into if your client is only servicing a specific area. Okay, so if you wanted to create a Google Ads account, all you have to do is go into Google and just locate the Google service ads. And the first option in here If you click that, you would see option in here that says get started. Actually, at the upper right corner, you should see sign in and get started. Get started if you don't have an account yet, and sign in if you already have an account. So let's just start with get started. So just like what it says, Google Search Ads is actually gonna help you connect with your local customers, and you would be able to stand out on Google. But again, this is only available through Google local services. So let's continue for signing up. And for signing up, let's just say Philippines. So first, guys, I just wanted to show you that on the local search ads, this is not available in all countries as well as all states. So in here, these are the countries that this is available. So since Philippines is not part of it, let's say United States. If you have a client, let's say roofing in Florida, and that's what you will gonna get. So for this, let's say Connecticut, then give me a second. Okay, so let's just put in here the zip code for Connecticut. This is in Cheshire. So for the job category, you can just put anything. So let's select for the carpet cleaning, but you can select multiple. For the job category, this is just the service that your client does. So when you're going to create a Google search ads for them, always remember to ask for this information. So after checking for eligibility, hmm, let me just see. Okay, let's try to see a different type of service since carpentry is actually not available. Let's look for real estate. So when we click real estate, if you would notice, there's the carpentry in here. So let's remove the carpet cleaning and let's just click on the eligibility. So when you click on the eligibility, it will tell you if the area and the type of service is available in that specific location. So you must at least do a prior test first when you're doing this. So after getting the eligibility check, this is basically what it will do. The local service ad says that you would appear with tap results, only pay for calls and messages, etc. So let's just get started. So let's just say my business is Ascend Realty, since it's a real estate business. And for the business phone number, we will be putting an actual phone number, a real estate phone number. The website is optional. Okay, give me a second. Let me get an actual phone number. So we put in a phone number. So guys, when you're creating this, you have to make sure that your client has a phone number because this is required since Google local search ads, or let's just call it LSA, requires phone number. So for this, let's just put a name in here that says Oni. Let's just try that. So for this one, those that doesn't have information here, you don't have to put information, but just in case you wanted to put, let's say, the number of professionals, you can just say 10. For the year founded, you can just say 2019. And for the language spoken, this is very important because you wanted to make sure that you get calls that you can talk to. So for the address, let's just put a specific or a made up address. And for this, is this a location that the customer can visit? So this is, of course, a yes, since this is an actual location. So when you go and click on the next part, then you will basically check the service area. So just like what I said earlier, if you do the regular search ads, normally you can put a specific, let's say, the whole Florida or the whole Connecticut or the whole state, for example. But for LSA, you have to actually have specific location. So in here, let's say the location is just in Cheshire, then this is gonna be what's included. So this is going to be what you will service, this specific blue one. Now if you have a specific one that you don't, let's say you don't want to cover, then you just have to put this on the exclude part. So for this, you can just click on next if this is correct. But let's say you have Cheshire and you also have, let's say, this, the Milldale, then all you have to do is click that. Then if you would notice, the Milldale was already added. Now, if you remove the Cheshire, then Old Mealdale will be covered. So again, always check. Since you know, if you don't, let's say, know the geography of your client during your discovery call, this is something that you can actually ask them. What would be the covered cities of the specific business, or if there's any specific city that they don't want to cover? Because sometimes there are businesses, let's say a dental office that will have business in Cheshire and they would have another business in Milldale, but that's already a different, let's say, owner, because the dental office is a franchise. So you have to make sure that you only put what you are able to support. So all you have to do is click on next, because what we will be doing is set up your service types. So since we have put in real estate, this will tell us what kind of services do we offer. Do we offer a buyer's agent for closed properties, relocation, etc.? So let's just say property management, and at the same time, first time home buyer are the services that we're doing, and let's say foreclosed properties. Now, if you don't know this specific type of services, this is one of the things that you really have to talk to your clients so that you can get the information. You don't want to miss out on the services that they're offering, because that could be one of the things that client will search in Google Maps to find you. So if they search for seller's agent and your client is doing that, but you did not check this it here, then your business may not show up when seller's agent was put into the search bar. Then afterwards, click on I agree. You have to read this. This is something that requires license verification. So once we click on next, okay, let me click on next. So the next option to pick would be the business hours. So guys, the regular search ads, what it does is it doesn't have hours, or unless you did you put an ad schedule. Regular search ads would actually be available 24 hours, 7 days a week, as long as someone search for the keywords that you put in on your ads. But for local service ads, business hours is important, because if someone clicks on your services and you didn't have business hours and they dialed you, then you're actually missing out on services. So let's just say, for example, here. So when I searched dentist near me, this showed close. If you would check the business hours, it says in here they open 9 a.m. So if we click this specific business, it would show that they are closed, but they are open tomorrow at 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and also the hours. When you have this, if I search for you today because I have an emergency tooth extraction, then I saw that you're closed, then I'm not gonna call this business anymore. Okay, then I will call someone that is open. So this is very important to choose the business hours. So let's say you're open Tuesday. I mean, you're open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but close on Thursday, but open on Fridays and Saturdays. And you're open 9 a.m. to, let's just say, 5 p.m. So all you have to do is change the hours here. So let's say if it's Friday, you get home early, so you're only up until 3 p.m. And on Saturdays, you actually open, let's say, from 12 noon up until 5 p.m. only. Then when you select that, you just have to click on next so that we can preview your ad. So this is how you would create it. So if you would notice, this is gonna be the preview. This is Ascend Realty, 6 years in the business since I put 2019. Open now because it is currently 10 a.m. Up until 5 p.m. That's my business hours. And this is in Cheshire. So if someone sees these, they do have an option to message or call you. So if you are okay with this, just click on the checkbox and click next. However, this is basically just creating your profile. This is not the end of it, okay? So the end of it is um, you basically have to do some verification. So in here, for you to search or for you to create a Google search ads, you need to have a what we call GBP or Google Business Profile. So your Google Business Profile would be like this. So if I click this, this is basically your Google Business Profile, meaning you would have reviews, you would have your direction, the websites, etc. And you have to make sure that your GBP is verified so that you can use the local search ads or the LSA. Why? Because you will be linking your GBP to your LSA account. So once that is set up, all you have to do is when you click on next, then you are good to go. Now, I'm not gonna be able to click next, etc. because I don't have GPT. But this is basically it. Your LSA is now created. Once you connect your GBP on your LSA, then you would be able to see your LSA account. But this is gonna be once you're logged in, you will have here on the left side options. So under LSA, you will see your leads, policy manager, reports. So guys, why is LSA better than a regular search ads if you are a service-based business that requires foot traffic? Okay. I will wanted to show you and tell you that the reason why it's very important is Google search ads, Google video ads, or any other videos that I did the last time is called PPC or pay per click. So let's say I search in here roofing Florida, and let's say I don't see the sponsored. Give me a second. So if I select roofing, so if I select the roofing services, okay, then this stuff would show up on my end. Give me a second. For some reason, it's not showing the sponsored ads. Okay. So normally, guys, when you search for services, it would show up just like what I told you before, or in it would show in here the it would show the sponsored services that you can click and the one that has sponsored. So when you do that, it's called pay per click. That's the reason why it's called PPC, meaning people or the businesses that advertises for local that advertises for the regular service ads, they have to pay for every click that a client do when they search for their business. So if I search plumbing services, a business comes in. When I click that, then the business owner that advertises that will have to pay for every click. That's called pay per click or PPC. Now, the LSA or the local service ads is called pay per leads, meaning you are only gonna get charged for the leads that you generate on your account. That's very important. And once a lead comes in, this the leads will show up here. Okay? So now once you get a lead, it is very important that the business owner or someone in the business calls this customer or basically get back to them if it's a voicemail or tag them properly. Why? Because once a lead comes in and it show up here, then there would be a specific recording. When you click on the lead, there will be a recording of the conversations. If I call the dentist and I talked to them, I inquired about the prices, they told me, then I said, okay, I will book the appointment, etc. That specifically would show up here. And when it show up here, there is an option for the person or for the owner to click the lead and validate. So when you say validate, they will have the option to say this is a valid lead and this is an invalid lead. When they click the valid lead, then that's the only time that Google will charge the business owner for that specific lead. Okay. However, if they tag it as invalid because let's say your business is a dental office and the caller said that they're looking for plumbing services, technically that's not your business. So your ad shouldn't have been shown to that person. So you can tag it as invalid. So by then, your business will not get charged. However, guys, it's very important that just because you want to save that you will tag most of your leads invalid. Don't do that and don't suggest that to your clients because if Google gives you let's say 15 leads in 1 week, then you tag 10 or 12 of those as invalid, then most likely Google will not prioritize your business when they're showing dental offices on that specific customer. The reason for that is the leads that we're giving you are invalid. So perhaps there's a stringent qualifications that you have. So instead of giving it to you, I will just gonna give it to the dental office that's next to you. So that's the reason why, guys, it's still very important that when you're validating a lead, you validate it with integrity. Plus, guys, every lead, let's say for example, phone leads, if it's a phone leads, there would be a recording that you can play, of course, that Google can play as well to really identify if it's a valid lead or not. So don't save up on something to actually get your integrity question. Then there is also in here, so if it's a valid lead, you tag it as valid, automatically it will be put in as charged leads, meaning you get charged for that. Now, not charged lead is for the invalid leads. So for those that says credited leads, so for example, you have a lead, you say you validated the lead, then for example there was an error and it was actually incorrect, you can actually go back and raise that lead and review. Then once the review is checked and Google finds out that it is indeed an invalid lead that you just accidentally validated as valid, they will get you credit leads, meaning they're gonna credit it back to you. So it's gonna be in here. At the same time, you do have an option. So let's say you have a new lead that came in, you validated that, then it will basically be active. Then once they book on your account or book on your business, then you can tag it as book. completed, and archived. So those kind of stuff would basically be here on the lead option. Okay. Next is you do have the reports. On the reports, it's also almost the same as the leads box in here, but the difference is that it would show you the charge leads on the specific time period that you have. Okay. The time period that you have, then the total lead spend that you have, the ad impression. It's kind of like the reporting for the ads, but this is gonna be for LSA only. So if you have a regular Google search at the same time you have an LSA for the business, the one that's gonna show up in here under reports is only going to be your LSA. But in here, you do have an option to basically check how many ads actually went into your account, the absolute top impression on your search. At the same time, the number of leads can be done by the period of 1 week, for example. You can also create a table in here. So it's a very good part. Then for the reviews, you can check and manage your reviews here. If you receive a review, and guys, I would suggest for you to use the Google search, I mean Google local service ads if you have very good reviews basically. So the profile and budget, it's almost the same as the regular ad that you get for the search, but in here you can put more budget. For example, for let's say buyer's agent, you could set the budget in here for 7 days, the address. At the same time, you can add photos of the business so people can really see. Because if you're on Google search, local search ads, it would show the location that you have. But sometimes, if you are in a location that has a lot of, let's say, stores, people can really get lost easily. So it would be easy if, for example, you have photos in here. You have your headshot photo for the ad, the professional. If you wanted to, if let's say you have a hairdresser, if it's a salon, you have a hairdresser that's quite professional, that's known in the business, you can put that in here under professionals. And this is going to be where you'll edit your service area and your business hours. So if you notice in here, some of the job types are turned off, but you can turn them on just in case you have added that specific service on your account. Then on the ad schedule, on it would show your business hours, but you do have an option to just have it open on all day regarding, or that's gonna be on your end already. So for the promotion tab, this is gonna be where you can create your promotion. So if you click on this, you can get promotion so that people would, when they check for, let's say, dental dentist near me and they see you, it would also show up on your Google Maps technically. Oh, that this business is this and that they have ongoing promotion. If you wanted to really, get more businesses into your area. So that's basically how the local service ads work. So again, this is really good if you are a local service business that only wanted foot traffic and only wanted to pay for leads that is validated by yourself. However, there is a very important thing that you have to remember. If you are running a local service ads, you have to make sure that either you or that you have someone check the local service ads dashboard every day or at least every 24 hours. The reason for it is that once you have leads that's come in, then you did not check them after 24 to 48 hours, I guess that would be like 2 to 3 days, all of them will get charged on your account and you won't have an option to validate it anymore. Because again, local search ad is very good for local services that requires foot traffic, that requires leads. So for you to really make sure that you only pay for the valid leads, make sure that you check that. So if you don't have time to do that, then make sure you get someone that can, check and manage that for you. Anyway, anyone can actually validate the leads because they can listen into the recording if it's a phone call. Now, if you're not, if you're, let's say, a company that services the, let's say, the whole United States, then just like what I said earlier, if you have one branch, let's say for one city, in one state, you have, let's say, 20 branches, local search ads may not be for you. You may use, the regular search ads, but in case you really wanted to do the local search ads, and you have to create a local search ad account for every location that you have. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. This is one of the things that I have encountered on the last four client calls that I have. The four discover calls that I had was mainly for plumbing services and roofing services. They're not in United States. It's actually in Australia, and this is what they really wanted. They do have a tool that they called Bright Local. You can search for that. Bright Local is one of the accompanying tools that you can use aside from the LSA, so that you can really create a local targeted ads for your clients. So yeah, so if your business again depends on local customers finding you quickly, then Google Local Search Ad is a really powerful tool that can put you where your people are searching, which is on the maps and local searches. Of course, if you wanted to scale and you wanted to cover not just that specific location, then you can scale and pair it with a regular search ads as well, so that you can target two things at the same time. So that's only it. I just wanted to mention that because some accounts actually DM me for it, and I really wanted to make sure that you have this. But I've never handled an LSA account. I only got into it basically because one of my clients has this, and I just had to audit their LSA account and make sure that the citations and stuff are there. But if you have question, just let me know and DM me. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope that you find this helpful, and if you do, click like, click subscribe, as well as comment thoughts what are your thoughts are, so I can answer them if it's a question. Thank you so much again for staying with me and for doing this local search edge with me today. This is again your Shia Rola, wishing you a happy weekend.